AM 106.5 FM and now 102.3 FM.
From Connection to Cruise. And as you know, about 5 weeks ago, I guess, it seems like
I think
longer.
so.
Yeah, I was Izzy and I went on a cruise to Rome and then Greek islands, and we were on Celebrity, and we were just blown away. It was just such an incredible experience. And I've been on I'd say about 10 cruises, and with all the other cruise lines, but I've never been on Celebrity, so I've got a good judgment of the ones I've been on, at least. And we just had a ball, so I decided to have a friend of mine who I've had on my other station about 10 years ago, it was a long time ago, Jeff Geston, and he's a district sales manager.
That's right, field sales manager.
Yeah, and anyway, he's been a Celebrity. You've been on for what, 30 years at Celebrity?
40 years, April the 30th.
So you started when you were like 10 years old?
That's right.
Wow, that's amazing. So anyway, we'll talk about Celebrity. A lot of people out there, as I talk to people, they're still afraid of traveling. They're still afraid of cruising. They're afraid with the whole thing with COVID and stuff. And I mean, Izzy's like number one in terms of sanitation and everything. And we were just blown away. I mean, I felt like a human condom on this ship. I mean, I was so sanitized, it's not even funny. So, I think it's something I want people to know about. And but let's start getting right into it, Jeff. First of all, welcome to Let's Sign Out Show.
Thank you very much, Alan. I appreciate it very much.
Even though it's food, it's also travel, too. So
yes.
Get on that. So let's talk about a little bit about Celebrity in terms of how long it's been around. And let's start with that right now.
Sure. Well, Celebrity Cruises actually started in 1990, an offshoot of Chandris Cruises, with the Horizon in 90 and then the Zenith in 92. And then in July of 97, Celebrity Cruises and Royal Caribbean, our parent company, merged.
Okay.
And but we kept Celebrity distinct and unique. The finest cuisine in the cruise industry, always has had incredible cuisine, and we've expanded that and elevated that to new heights. And the entertainment on board is spectacular, the spa experience. So anyway, Celebrity dates back to 1990.
Wow.
And the X in the logo is the CH sound in the Greek alphabet for Chandris.
Wow. Where is it out of? What's the headquarters?
Miami. Our
Miami,
corporate
okay.
office in Miami, yes.
Cool. So you've been around since the beginning almost.
Yes.
That's great. What got you into it? I'm just curious.
Actually, I went on a cruise when I was 14 and fell in love with cruising, painted addresses on the curbs of our neighborhood to save money for my first cruise. And after that first cruise, I said, I've got to work on a cruise ship. So at 19, 9 months out of high school, I started on the Azure Seas as a purser, went down with my luggage packed, ready to sail, hoping they'd say, we'd love to have you start tonight, but obviously you can't make it home and back in time. And I was going to say, I've got my suitcase in the trunk. That didn't happen, but 3 weeks later, I was hired and have been with the company ever since.
Wow. What was your first job there?
Purser.
Oh, okay.
Front desk purser, third purser.
Oh, wow.
And did that for about 2.5 years on board.
So a lot of problem solving, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Front desk, working as like the concierge, the receptionist, the banker.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Right.
Times have changed since then.
Huh?
Yes.
Cruise ships have changed since then.
Purser's now guest relations.
Yes.
But it's the same thing.
Same thing.
Different name, different
Yes,
title.
yes.
So
The Azure Seas versus the
Oh, my
Celebrity ship
gosh.
now, it's night
Ships
and
today
day.
are floating palaces. They truly are.
they're like cities.
They really are.
You know, we saw what was it, Wonder of the World, the biggest one.
Oh, Royal
Oh,
Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean, yeah.
Oh my God, that's the
Wonder
size
of
of
the Seas.
Missouri.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah, I think she accommodates about 6,300 guests.
Oh, really? Wow.
Whereas Celebrity Solstice that we're going on November 12th with our group
Right.
cruise,
Right.
round trip out of LA, she only carries 2,900 guests.
Right.
So by comparison, she's relatively small, but still a good sized
Oh,
ship.
they're very big, yeah.
1,033 feet long, 122,000 tons. Beautiful ship, and that's the ship we have the cruise to Mexico on.
Yeah, we are. For those of you that don't remember, we're going to be on a cruise to Mexico, kind of a Let's Sign Out cruise.
Yep.
And we're leaving on the 12th out of Long Beach, San Pedro. And first we go Ensenada, I believe. I can't remember all of them, but
Oh, I
Ensenada,
have it here.
Cabo San Lucas, and what's the other one?
Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta,
Puerto
yeah,
Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. So, what's nice about the ships, all the ships have a lot of the amenities that on different levels. I mean, you can go from from no amenities really But even no amenities is still amenities. So let's start about some of that, because things like gratuities, beverages, Wi-Fi, normally you have to pay for all that, but it's all included with Celebrity.
That's correct, Alan.
And with your group.
Right.
And with the group pricing, you've got group pricing on top of that. But with Celebrity Cruises, we were the first and still do it the very best in offering a truly all-inclusive cruise experience. So as you mentioned, Alan, your tips are all included, your gratuities, they're all covered. Your key people that you wait on you, your waiter, your room steward, your assistant room steward, your maitre d', they're all tipped, but they're tipped in advance. They're all covered. All of your beverages are included. You get a classic drink package, including the gratuities on your drinks. That is included as well.
amazing.
Classic includes what?
Classic includes drink beverages up to $9 per drink.
Okay.
And if you wanted, say, an $11 glass of wine or a $12 glass of wine or a martini that was a bit more than $9, you can pay the upcharge of $2 or $3, but you get a ton of drinks that are included with the classic beverage package. The tips on those beverages are included. One of our competitors, we won't mention who, tried to emulate our program. They say free drink package, and then they hit you with a 20% gratuity on every free drink.
Wow.
Celebrities' drinks and the tips on the drinks are included.
Right.
And then you also have unlimited high-speed Wi-Fi. So your high-speed Wi-Fi to stay connected while at sea, your drinks, your tips on your drinks, your gratuities or your tips to your service staff, that's all included. So with Celebrity, it really is an all-inclusive cruise experience.
Right. Now,
and a great value.
For those of you, more saying, if you don't drink and you're not really into that stuff, or you don't need Wi-Fi, you can also purchase a program without it. So it's a little discounted there.
That's right.
Yeah, so you really accommodate everybody.
That's called this relatively new, Alan, and it's called no perk pricing. So it's just bare brass knuckles, the cruise rate, great experience, but no amenities, no perks that we just talked about. It is an option, but Marlis and I believe that the best value is that bundled all-inclusive pricing with the amenities all covered.
Right.
Well,
Now-
especially, I'm going to add in, especially for your group, because I've been doing some homework today. And the rates that we have for the November 12th Let's Dine Out cruise is a great value, because if you booked the no perks rate today for the Let's Dine Out cruise and you have the perks rate, there's only a $70 difference. So you're actually getting
Everything.
a $500 and some value
That's
for
huge.
$70 than the bare bones, no perks rate today.
Right.
So that's
And that would
pretty
normally
awesome.
be about a $300 difference to go to the all-inclusive perks included. Still a great value when you put pencil to paper, but normally it's about a $300 jump. So to do it for $70 is incredible.
Yeah.
Well, on the
it's
last
great.
cruise, that was the first time I've ever had a drink package, and I didn't think, I thought water is all you need is water, but I drank a lot of coffee.
Yes.
a lot of soda and stuff.
So for those that don't drink, Jeff, I mean, that's a lot of times what I get. There's a lot of extras included with that, which I would like you to maybe elaborate on as well.
So in addition to alcohol, you have your soft drinks that are included, which would normally be an out-of-pocket expense, but they're included on Celebrity as part of that classic drink package. Cafe Al Baccio, where you have specialty coffees and lattes and so forth. All of that's included, complimentary. Alan, did you by chance, did you or Izzy go by the pastry window there at the...
Come on, I'm a
Come
food
on,
critic. Look at me. Do I look anorexic? Of course I did.
delicious pastries at the Cafe Al Baccio, whether or not you choose to get a coffee or a latte, but that's included. Fresh juices are included at the juice bar. Bottled water when you go ashore, if you want a bottled water, normally you would pay for that on other cruise lines, but on Celebrity, that's included as part of the classic beverage package. That's all included.
Right.
So that's a good.
So even when someone says, "Oh, I want the no perks," you want to really think twice, because there are a lot of things that you partake of that you may not think of, and they will add up. But when they're bundled in, it's a great value,
and you can
especially
get some great non-alcoholic
yes, that's
virgin drinks. You
Right.
know, some mojitos or daiquiris or
Whatever.
frozen margaritas with no alcohol.
true. That's
so,
very true.
yeah.
Good. You guys, no wonder you want to work with them. You get to drink and eat. Let's talk about the food. One thing about the food, about how long ago was it freestyle dining? When did that start? About 5, 6, 7 years
Yeah,
ago?
I'd say probably more like 7 or 8 years
Okay.
ago.
Yeah, before it was just big dining rooms. You go, and it was okay, but it's still better than in most places.
You're talking about the flexible
Celebrity Select.
dining,
Yeah.
Celebrity
And
Select.
then they came out with specialty dining where, like a steakhouse or a seafood or I think sushi was one, Italian. But it was anywhere from like $25 a person to $55 extra. But oh my goodness, you're talking about like a 4 or 5 star restaurant. I mean, incredible foods. And on the ship, we went on the Edge, which is one of your
Yes.
newer ones, and the food there was amazing. And let's talk about that a little bit because that's something you mentioned about the food. Celebrity really put a lot of effort into their food.
Very true, Alan. I truly believe Celebrity delivers the finest cuisine in the cruise industry, as good or better than any other brand out there. Even your ultra luxury high end brands don't do cuisine any better or even as good as Celebrity. Couple of things. We actually pick up fresh provisions along the itinerary. On your cruise, I think it was 9 nights to the
8
Mediterranean.
nights, yeah.
We probably picked up provisions in 1 or 2 ports of call. In Alaska, we stop in Juneau and we pick up fresh king crab legs,
Right.
caught that afternoon, served that night in the main dining room. So we bring on fresh provisions intermittently along the itinerary, especially on your longer itineraries. Everything on Celebrity is made from scratch, from fresh ingredients. We make our own sorbet, our own gelato. I believe we're still the only cruise line that makes our own gelato and sorbet fresh every single day. We make 8 different flavors of homemade gelato and sorbet served at Scoops. Did you try Scoops while on board?
Oh yeah,
Yes. Delicious.
tried everything.
and your ice cream was great too.
And then you have homemade caramel sauce to top it with, hot
all the
fudge,
cookies, they have
strawberries.
everything, yeah.
They have these glass canisters with little silver wheels, about 6 of them, maybe crushed Oreo cookies, crushed Heath bar, little miniature gummy bears. You can top your ice cream, either a cone or a cup with that, all included complimentary. Our little boy, not so little anymore, Braden, he's 14 now, he's our youngest, but he still will do this. He'll go by with a cup and just fill it with candy. You can do that too
Yeah.
for the kids. So the food on Celebrity, everything made from scratch, everything made on board. We even make our soups, the not the broth, but the stock.
stock,
The
right?
stock, we actually don't open a can of stock. We make fresh homemade stock with chicken bones and pork bones and beef bones in giant silver vats. They boil the stock for 48 hours and then they create the soup from the homemade stock. We make our own pizza dough on board, kind of like I Love Lucy when she's throwing it up. You can watch them throwing in the pizza crust in
And
the
that's
dough.
that's open for anybody as much as you want.
As much as you want. Open till 1 a.m. in the morning.
It's excellent pizzas. I mean, they're all
Really good.
Yeah, wood
With
fired.
authentic pizza ovens. They put the poker in there, poking the bubbles and move it around in the
Which is
authentic
very,
pizza
very good.
oven. And you can actually, they'll have a margarita pizza, Mediterranean, barbecue chicken, pepperoni sausage. They'll have about 5 of the staples coming out 24/7. But if you want to wait 10 or 15 minutes, you can put in a personal request to make your own personal pizza as well.
And that's not the specialty dining.
No.
That's just
No, that's
the dining, that's not the steakhouse.
Well,
or
no, they have.
the-
Okay, let's start. They have the dining rooms. They have 3 big, large restaurants where it's like the main dining room. So if you want to go and some people just want to eat at the same place and meet the same people, same day, no problem.
You can do
I mean,
that.
it's a lot of good advantages because they get to know you, the waiters, and you just walk in. You don't even have to ask for a drink; they give it to you. They know
Yes.
exactly what it is.
They know that I like cranberry juice, and I have one on my table, and one's ready to replenish that the minute it's gone.
Yeah, no, they're excellent. We'll talk about the service. That's amazing. So you've got the 3 large dining rooms. Then you've got the specialty dining rooms. Now, these are the ones that cost you extra if you want to. And again, being a food critic, we went on every one of them. We would have like 3 dinners each
Right.
night.
Yes.
We went
And
crazy.
you can do them at lunch too.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So that's
We were
great.
busy on the islands and stuff, running around.
Yep.
We were running around the
So
ship
we
too.
have anywhere from 3 to 6 specialty restaurants. The ship you went on, Alan, the Edge, has 6 specialty restaurants. Some of our other ships, like Solstice, which is a beautiful ship, we're doing Mexico with, we'll have 3 specialty restaurants to choose from. La Petite Chef, which I know you and Izzy love.
We'll talk about that one.
Oh.
Yep, they do have
So
that.
we have La Petite Chef on the Solstice. We have the Tuscan Grill Italian Steakhouse. You had Tuscan Restaurant, but on Edge you didn't have the Tuscan Grill
No.
Italian Steakhouse. We have that on
amazing.
Solstice. And then we have Murano. Murano's where you're going to celebrate your anniversary, a very special, elegant, romantic night out. It's about a 3-hour dining experience, tableside service. They wheel the cart alongside the table. They flambe the steak Diane tableside, bananas Foster flambe
amazing.
tableside. Everything's delivered with a silver lid, and the lid comes off. Really incredible. So the Murano would be the top end on Solstice, and then you have La Petite Chef, and then you have Tuscan Grill Italian Steakhouse. The Tuscan Grill Italian Steakhouse is the finest filet mignon I've ever had. You
Really?
can cut it with the side of your fork. No need to pick up the knife. You can start with an appetizer of crab, not wontons, crab cakes. They're 73% crab meat, the best crab cakes I've ever had. And then you get a side dish to go with your filet mignon of lobster fettuccine, and it's just to die for.
And if you want something else after you want something else, guess what? You can. I want another one. I want another steak. It's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
but this. Okay, let's talk about the different ones. The service is what got me. It was just on all the different levels. I mean, not just the food, but everything. I've never seen so many smiles on people, and I know, like we were talking to them, they were very happy that finally we get the sale.
Yes.
But it's just they really care. It wasn't like a rote. It wasn't just.
It's genuine.
It was genuine. Yeah, they really meant it, and that was really important, especially in dining. Now, there's also very thing I thought was great that Celebrity has was depending on the level that you're staying at. Like we stayed on the Aqua
Aqua
level,
class, yes.
and that's a little bit higher level, and we'll talk about the different levels. But you have a special dining room just for that level.
Yes.
And let me tell you, folks, that's a 5-star restaurant. That is as good as anything.
Blue.
We had dinner at other ones, and they were good, but like, oh man, we're still hungry. Let's go here. I mean, we wanted to eat there. We could eat there every day if you want.
Yes.
And let's talk about that a little bit because that was a great
You bet.
concept. When did that start?
Aqua Class, I believe, started, I believe, in '08.
That long?
Oh, yes, at least
Wow.
'08, if not even prior to that, maybe on a Millennium Class. I believe it started on Solstice in
think so.
November of '08. So Blue is an exclusive open seating restaurant, intimate, open seating, breakfast or dinner. They don't serve lunch in Blue typically, but breakfast and dinner is served in Blue. Open seating, you can choose to sit as you experienced at the same table with the same wait staff each evening, or you may choose to mix it up and move to another table by the window if you'd like. But it's intimate, it's small. On the Solstice, Blue only seats about 120 guests, so it's very intimate. It's fresh, creative, healthy cuisine.
You talk
And-
about the best steaks. The filet we had was like, oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, just everything. But that was especially good. But let's talk about the different options in terms of where you're going to be staying because there's different levels.
Yes.
You're listening to the Let's Sign Out show right here on AM 1050, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. Whew, the stations that leave no listeners behind. And with us is Jeff Gesson from Celebrity, and and Marla Sabali from Connection to Cruise right here in Redlands. And we're talking about Celebrity. We just got back on a cruise from them, and just spectacular. So, but let's get into the different levels because I mean, for those that would just want simple cruise with nothing, no fancy, you can go inside the inside passage, which means there's no window. Which, to be honest, you really don't need a window if you don't want one because, like it's like in Vegas, who cares? You're running around. There's so much to do in the ship. We'll talk about that too. But that's the first level, right?
Yeah, so in it,
Basic.
Interior.
Basic interior cabins, no windows, small, dark. So you can sleep.
Yeah.
You can sleep late. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's usually not much more to go to an ocean view,
No.
which would be
Exactly.
a window, a nice window. Not the days of a little porthole.
I remember.
But a nice big.
I remember
picture
we went to
window.
one cruise and with porthole, but then there was a stand or a
Yes.
pole right in front of it, so we couldn't even see the ocean. All we saw was a pole.
They don't do that anymore.
The windows on Celebrity now, Alan, are typically about the size of the window there into the sound booth.
Oh wow.
Very, very good size. About 3.5, 4 feet long
Oh,
and
no,
about
it's
3
beautiful,
feet
yeah.
tall. Nice big picture windows. But once you do a veranda, a balcony, a veranda, you'll never settle for anything less.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own balcony, your fresh air, slide the slider
Sliding
open,
glass
step out in the
door.
morning, have breakfast with a linen draped table. The room steward will set your table with white linens, silver china.
You didn't know that,
serve
did you?
your breakfast on your veranda
I forgot to tell
as you're
You forgot
cruising
to
into your
tell me.
next port of call or watching the sunrise. So once you've done it, or you can have a nightcap, go out on the veranda, look at the stars, the wake, the moon on the water. So I would really encourage our listeners and viewers to really consider doing a veranda. Marlis has verandas. She has concierge class, which is a veranda with some nice extra amenities and services. Then above that would be aqua class, which you experienced with Izzy, where you have that specialty restaurant called Blue. That's a spa-oriented category where you have exclusive access to the Persian garden. You have the relaxation room. You have your own spa concierge. You even get to pick the scent of your room if you'd like. So that's aqua class. And then above that, you enter what's called the retreat. And that's a suite. Anything in a suite, starting with a sky suite and above, is the retreat.
You
And
can,
it's
you can become a
amazing.
captain for the day, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's really amazing.
Yes.
So
Do you have a butler in a suite?
Oh, absolutely. Now, some cruise lines with their suites only offer butlers in the high-end suites. Celebrity offers a butler, Marlis, as you know, and Alan probably knows. Every suite, starting with a sky suite, comes with your own butler. He'll make an appointment for you to have a massage in your retreat, in your suite, or out on your private veranda. Have the masseuse come with a portable massage table and
it's called
do
pampering.
the treatment right there.
You get pampered emotionally,
That's why
physically, everything.
Izzy is
Unpack your
so-
luggage.
I know Izzy was blown away.
Spoiled. You'll want
Yeah,
to take
she
your
was
butler
very
home with you.
spoiled. She's not going to be able to do anything else.
Plus the spa treatments. If you're in Blue class, there's spa treatments, which I didn't want to go. I'm not into spa. You know, I'm not into that. It was nice. You go in the different, what was it? I can't remember all this stuff.
The
Steam
Persian
room.
gardens?
There's like 4 or 5 different rooms you go into. So your body becomes hot, cold, but it's just so relaxing. Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
If you want to just get away from the world, that's definitely what you want to get into.
You have a eucalyptus sauna. You have the Persian garden. You have a chill room. Celebrity has just state of the art
Salt baths, I think.
salt
yeah.
baths. Yes,
My
and on
husband-
solstice that we're going to be going on, she has a 3,400 square foot spa. 3,400 square foot spa.
Overlooking the ocean, folks.
Yes.
I mean,
Beautiful.
yeah.
My husband George, he's there every night before dinner. So that's instead of the shower, he goes to the spa for the shower and the
Well,
Persian, the steam bath, and
And I was right the first time. It's a 34,000 square foot spa.
Oh
That
my
includes
gosh.
the gym and the solarium. Remember the solarium?
beautiful
So
solarium.
the solarium complex and the gym and the saunas and all the treatment rooms, the workout rooms. It's about 34,000 square feet on the solstice.
So again, it's all about pampering and making people feel special. That's what celebrity really does fantastic with. And Martha, you said something.
well, so I was thinking about your cruise because your first 2 days are leisurely days at sea. So to me, that's a great way to start out the cruise because you're going to have 2 days at sea to enjoy the ship, get to know the ship, enjoy the spa. What a wonderful way to start out a cruise. So that's really a nice itinerary.
Plus, we're planning some fun things too. So everything's in process with that.
Yep, and don't forget there's casino on board too. So
Full casino.
Izzy came in second with the slot
I
machine.
know.
Did she
She
really?
hates. She
I
never uses
couldn't
slot
believe
machine.
that.
That's fantastic.
She entered a tournament.
I mean, one of those things you get 2 minutes of nothing.
I've never done
Yes.
Yeah, she was like, it was funny. It was very funny. But okay, so you've got food, you've got all kinds of amenities and stuff, entertainment. Now, you cannot be bored on a cruise. I mean, they have a big what's it?
Main theater.
Theater with beautiful, I mean, incredible entertainment. I mean, this is first class entertainment.
First
And every day they have something different.
So Celebrity Cruises actually really knocks it out of the park when it comes to entertainment. The entertainment on Celebrity, you have 3 production shows, full in-house production shows, elaborate, a cast of 18 dancers and singers, contortionists, aerial flyers, jugglers. But you'll have these incredible shows, 3 production shows on every cruise, 7 nights or longer. They'll do the show twice an evening, so early and late seating can both get a chance to see the show. Solstice's theater is 1,354 seats, 3 balconies, an orchestra pit,
Beautiful ship.
a 5-story fly, so props and sets come down from above, in from the sides. You're cruising along at 20 knots en route to your next port of call. You'd swear you were in Vegas or on Broadway or the West End watching that quality of a show. The other thing we do on Celebrity is we fly in different entertainers, guest entertainers that rotate among our ships. If you're on even a 7-night cruise in Alaska, when you're in Ketchikan, the entertainers will swap if we're in port with another Celebrity ship. And if we're not, the entertainers will get on a seaplane and be flown to another Celebrity ship and someone else flown. So you better see that good comedian that first time, or that singer, because they may perform twice, but they're going to probably be gone about mid-cruise, and new talent has been brought in. So the entertainment's ever-changing. Live entertainment, great.
But also you have a lot of different lounges, bars and lounges where you could just sit. You don't have to drink or anything. You can just sit and watch. And there's incredible entertainment there too. I mean, they're really, really good entertainers.
Called The Club that you enjoyed on the Edge. And you have lots of different entertainment. You have a jazz club, a jazz trio. You have bingo, of course, which is a Celebrity tradition. But you'll have Q&A, not Q&A, but Name That Tune. Lots of fun
A
entertainment.
lot of trivia stuff.
Trivia.
Right.
Yes. You have art classes. You'll have complimentary gym classes, or you can actually pay a little extra and hire your own personal gym, your own personal trainer. Yeah, during the voyage.
So the Solstice, remind me, because I get my ships mixed up, and Solstice has the lawn club.
Solstice has a half-acre live manicured lawn, which the Edge did not have. It had the rooftop garden, which is beautiful, but Edge takes it to the next level. I'm sorry, Solstice has a half-acre live lawn.
Grass.
2 greenskeepers that mow and edge it every other day, weed whack it and mow it every other day with a large electric mower. You can have talk about activities that you won't find on any other ship. On Solstice and the Solstice class, you can do a picnic at sea. You can get a picnic from one of those specialty restaurants and have a blanket and pillows and your own picnic at sea while a concert in the park, maybe a jazz trio or a quartet playing jazz in the mid-afternoon while you're having a picnic at sea on board the Solstice.
And they have little private cabanas, right?
Yes.
Around the lawn club that you can rent a cabana for a day. And
our son Braden, when he was 7, on the Reflection, it's kind of like the red phone in Batman. You just pick it up and your butler answers, "Yes, sir. How may I help you?" And you can order whatever you'd like to your cabana. So really service to the next level. Also on Solstice and her sister ships, we have a live glass show. So it's the Hollywood Hot Glass Show.
I could sit there for hours watching that, watching them blow the blow glass with the hot glass blowers.
And now not only can you watch a complimentary show at least one time during the cruise to see what it's all about, but then for a nominal charge, you can actually learn how to blow glass and take home a piece, a vase, something that you've blown on board Celebrity Solstice. Only on Celebrity. You think you're in Murano or Venice, Italy? No, you're on a Celebrity cruise in the middle of the ocean on your way to the Mexican Riviera, learning to blow glass that you can have shipped home.
You know, another people mentioned too that they don't like cruises because they got seasick. When my cousin was in the Navy and he goes, "They're never going on a ship again." You can't feel the water at all. I mean, unless there's a gigantic hurricane. The safety factor is amazing. We took a tour of the ship. I mean, of everything from the laundry room. Like Izzy wanted all the laundromats. She wanted everything in there.
Yes.
But they have everything. But we also went into the captain's quarters, and he was talking. What a great guy he was. And I mean, it's so safe. The things that they have to do to get to where they're at is amazing. I mean, and to go around and see that. Do all the ships offer that?
Well, limited.
Okay, limited.
It's a VIP tour that you were given. So that may be possible if someone were to inquire. There might be. Did you pay for that? Was there
No.
a charge? No. Okay.
Oh yeah,
So-
we did. Yeah, we did that.
So they may offer that on Solstice.
Yeah, we went to the kitchen. We went, I mean,
Yeah,
through all
I think it is a VIP option that you do.
And
you
something
can
we
pay
do
for.
also for elite members, guests that are elite status with
Mm-hmm.
us are given tours behind the scenes and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a possibility.
definitely go if you can. Yeah.
Yes. It's phenomenal. It's like a city at sea,
Mm-hmm.
functioning fully self-reliant.
Well, then it goes to, in terms of, once you get to the port, what do you do at the port? I mean, you can go out and kind of wing it doing stuff, which a lot of people do, or you can go on board to the purser's office
Yes.
and basically sit down with them, and they'll help you with
The
excursions.
shore excursion
Yeah,
desk. They have a desk specifically for shore excursions, but they also now, which is great, that has changed in the industry in the last 2 years, I think, is the app that you download before you cruise. So there's a lot of things that you can look at and see, not only shore excursions, but the restaurants on board and what available spa treatments there are, and all of
oftentimes
that.
by pre-booking those, there's oftentimes a discount to be had.
Yes.
Not only securing and ensuring you have that shore excursion you want or that spa treatment you want, and not disappointed that maybe it's full on the day you wanted to do
Right.
it, but oftentimes by booking those in advance, or specialty dining packages
Right.
where you might save 20% off on a package of several specialty restaurants.
Right. And that's something Marlis can help you with. And the other thing is transfers and stuff, to, in terms of like from your airport to the ship. Marlis is very good about that. I mean, in terms of getting to point A to point B. And I
Well-
highly recommend that.
Yeah, and just as an example, you do have some people joining you for the Let's Dine Out cruise in November, and they're coming in from another state, and we've taken care of all of that. So they have the transfers when they get in. We've booked the flights by celebrity right through the cruise line, which makes it very simple and flexible. They're not having to pay for their air up front; they just pay for it
At final payment.
Final payment, which is a wonderful opportunity. Not
We
to
call
have
it
to
book now, pay later with
Yes,
the air, which is great.
It's great. So there's some really, really great things about that. Of course, we always talk about travel insurance and
Highly
things like that. But
recommend that getting that.
yep, I always that's part of my job.
And if
I
you
don't-
need air, well, you have, I think, one of the key ingredients of our air program. Not only do we meet or beat any published airfare out there, they get to book now, pay later with final payment of the cruise.
Right.
But I think the biggest kicker is the fact that they have the assured arrival, especially if you're going to Europe or you're going to the Caribbean or out-of-state guests coming to
a big
California
deal.
to do Mexico. You know that you're going to get to the ship on time. And if by chance, especially in Europe, if you were to be delayed because of flight delays and interruptions, we will get you to the next port of call if you were to miss the ship's sailing.
That's
We fly you to
big.
the next port of call. We put you up in a hotel until the ship arrives at the next port of call. We transfer you to the ship to join the ship. All of
I
that
forgot
because
all
they've done
about that.
flights by celebrity.
Yep.
You have that peace of mind assured arrival.
I forget about that.
And right now with our special offer, we have a 4th of July sale right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Today is
yes.
July the 2nd. Of course, everyone knows it's listening. So yesterday, July 1st through July 6th, we have a 4th of July sale, 6 days only, and we're offering up to an additional $200 onboard credit above and beyond our special group pricing that Marla secured for you and your radio listeners, Alan.
Yep.
But in addition to the up to $200 onboard credit, we're actually offering discounts on the air, up to $300 off on the air with flights by celebrity.
Wow.
So in addition to our cruise to Mexican Riviera, November 12th, if our listeners are interested or open to maybe doing Europe this summer or this fall, Alaska this summer, it's not too late
It's not
to
too
escape
late.
the Inland Empire heat and go to the Alaska on one of our 3 beautiful ships, see the beautiful interior of Alaska, the glaciers, the calving, etc.
Alaska's amazing.
And with our air, right now we're offering $100, $200, $300 off on the air, plus up to a $200 onboard credit, and our BOGO offer, buy one, get
one.
60% off the second guest.
You're paying us to go, basically.
virtually.
We have a
Just about.
So, wow. It just, again, cruising. I think it's the best thing around because if you want to, like for us, we went around all the Greek islands that we wanted to go, the major ones, and we want to go back again. It's a great way to see a little bit of everything, and then you can determine, hey, I want to go back there and see it more.
Plus, you don't have to pack and unpack every day, which is one time only. You're not having to, get up early in the morning to catch a bus to the next destination and have your luggage out by 6 in the morning, and it's a relaxing vacation, and you get to see a lot. And a lot of times, when people are going to Europe, they're thinking, oh, I want to go to all these places, and they have never even thought about a cruise. And I'm like, well, have you thought about a cruise? Because these are some great benefits that you're not having to rush to an airport or rush to catch a train or, lugging your luggage to on a train with
Eating
the door
like a
closing
king.
on you.
Shows that are included.
Yeah.
No tipping the maitre d' at the
You feel
casino
like
or-
you feel like the king.
yeah, you really do.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, it's an amazing way to take a vacation.
The other thing
Ni-
too is not all the ships are full. That's the main thing.
That's true.
My understanding is, and I could be wrong, is that celebrities not filling up all they're trying not to fill it all up.
Well, actually, Alan, we're having
That's
such
changing.
great success
Oh, now okay,
with our protocols and no safer place to be when COVID was here, or if it were to spike at some point in the future, no safer, better place to be than on a celebrity cruise for 101 reasons we don't have time to go into today. But over 74 protocols that are
Everywhere,
that are happening
yep.
behind the scenes you don't even know about to keep you safe. We call it Journey Safe, Journey Wonderful with Celebrity Cruises. And so
okay, you got because that's a big thing too.
You know what we didn't talk about, which we didn't talk about the Le Petit
Okay,
chef.
folks.
That was pretty. You got to
It's hard to-
experience that, and
somebody-
I'm very excited to know that that's going to be on the ship that you're going to be
Solstice,
taking
yes.
your cruise.
I heard about it, but to see it and to be it, basically you're sitting at this table and it's white. It's all dark around you, and the table kind of lights up, and you're like, okay, now what? Then from the ceiling, it's basically a projection, and it's like little figures, and he's a chef, and the show, it's kind of like a show they put on, where he meets a girlfriend and they make a deal. He makes a food for her, and so he kind of makes the food on the plate, and then about 5 minutes later, the food comes to you. It looks just like what they just did. So that's something that was amazing, and it's like a 4-course dinner.
And it's a three-dimensional animation, kind of like when you're leaving the haunted house at Disneyland up the escalator and the lady says, come back.
Right.
And you see her there. It's three-dimensional. These characters even cast shadows. And did you have the one where he comes out of the igloo on a snowmobile?
Yeah,
And as he,
yeah.
Yeah, and
the ice
snow
bridge.
comes up, or it appears to
Oh,
come up.
it was scary. It
And
was-
when they serve dessert, I think that's the one you saw. The dessert, he scoops into what appears to be the snow, your white linen.
It was winter.
Throws the ice cream on the ball onto the plate, and then squirts out of a pastry bag the chocolate fudge, and then walks across the plate to get the berries, steps in the chocolate sauce,
Leaves the
leaving
footprints.
chocolate footprints on the plate. When they bring that plate out from the kitchen,
it
they've actually have ceramic, brown ceramic footprints baked into the cutlery so that it matches the very image that you ended with that
just
video.
brilliant, just brilliant. That alone is worth the cruise alone.
Yes.
Honest to goodness, that's like the most incredible dinner. So that alone is fantastic. So we're going to try to do a special dinner.
Well,
Yes.
you had asked me the last time when we did the show, and I said I can't remember if the Le Petit Chef is on the Solstice. So that's
Yes.
super duper excited. And what's really really great is that we have this beautiful ship out here on the West Coast. I mean, there is nothing that
You have
matches.
to fly an hour and a half drive, and that's it. Why don't you give a little information on Connection to Cruise? You've been doing this for how long now?
Oh gosh, Connection to Cruise has been in business, I think, 25 years now. That I've been operating Connection to Cruise, and before that, I think 40
Yeah,
plus years
You've been doing this, so.
in the travel industry.
So why don't you give
Denise and I drove by Seas where we first met. Where you
Oh, it's
are-
right across the street.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
first time I met you. Yes,
Yes.
there
Oh,
was
wow.
Gadabout
Gadabout
Tours.
was right next to Seas.
And Jeff, we were both very young and very skinny then.
Lots of cruising in the years between.
Yeah.
Why don't you give your phone number and your website?
It's Connection to Cruise Travel. The phone number is 909-798-9133. And you can find us at connection2cruise.com. That's TO, no number 2. And you can find out more about Allan's Let's Dine Out cruise at connectiontocruise.com/Let's Dine Out. Or you can go to the website and just scroll down to our groups, and you'll find it under our list of different groups that we have going on right now.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. Just Allan Borgen.
Yeah, and we have a Facebook page. I forget about that, but I'm in there every once in a while.
Social media, right?
But
Jeff, in terms of your new ship, it was called Beyond, I believe.
Yes, Beyond.
Oh,
That
can't wait.
just happened.
Beyond belief. It's amazing.
Really.
And real quick, before I forget, I
She could show
started to
videos.
answer your question about capacity. We're currently traveling at about 55, 65% capacity, but that's not going to last. We're sailing with more and more guests
That's great.
as the weeks and months progress. So
But the ships are so big. It's not like before where you get kind of squished everywhere. There's so many different areas.
Spacious.
Right, yeah.
Our Solstice class have 4,300 cubic feet per guest. The bigger that number, the better. The more elbow room. The easier it is to find a Chase Lounge by the pool.
By yourself, yeah.
You're
good
not
theater
feeling
seat.
as compacted. I know I just got off the Royal Caribbean 3 and 4 day itinerary, and I noticed such a huge difference
Yeah.
after cruising Celebrity for so long and not being on a Royal Caribbean ship in a while. It's
You feel
an
the difference.
amazing difference, and that's one of the other great benefits about cruising with Celebrity is you just feel so much more room and so much more elbow space, especially in the buffet.
Yes.
Well, but even now they serve you now in the buffet, and it's very quick. I mean, it's not like before.
Do they are they serving
Yeah,
now
they're
still
serving.
in the
You know,
buffet?
literally, we just had a conference call Thursday, and we're just now beginning to let the guests serve themselves,
okay.
if they choose, at the buffet. I don't think it's fleet-wide yet, but it probably will be by November when you sail. But there are 11 food court islands or stations on Solstice class.
And you hit everything.
Stir fry, you name it, it's there.
Yeah.
Carving stations, waffle
And
stations,
this isn't just.
Oh, I love the omelets
Huh?
in the morning.
omelet bar.
Oh, yep. And that's why I was asking is because I did just get off the Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas a few weeks ago, and I noticed that we were in the buffet serving ourselves. So I didn't know if Celebrity was following suit.
We're just beginning to do that.
But
And,
in terms of your ship, in terms of buffet, I mean, a lot of people, poo-poo buffets and it's junky food. It can be junky food, but not on Celebrity.
Not on Celebrity.
The other one, which I can mention, the lower one, oh my God, I wanted to volunteer to go in and cook. It was that bad. But yours, it was like everything was just perfect. It was always replenished. They're always looking. I mean, it's just amazing. It was really good service. Very well trained.
Yes, very well trained. Our crew is all Forbes trained. All have gone through the Forbes training, and we have over 52 nationalities on board. That's another nice thing about cruising. You really have an international feel and flavor.
And it's really nice.
Even though you're only doing Mexico, you're going to feel like you're traveling the world with all the nationalities.
And you could talk with
interactions.
them, and they'll talk back and
Yes.
find out about their families and stuff. And you meet a lot of friends. Speaking of friends, we went on one of the restaurants there, and there was 4 tables there. 3 of the tables were from our area. Go
Really?
figure.
That
yeah.
was ironic.
Yeah.
Not just California, but Inland
Tustin,
Empire.
yeah, Tustin, Corona,
Yeah.
and Chino.
That's
And we were
amazing. What a small
and
world.
us, so yeah, but it's great to take people there. And in terms of again, Beyond is the newest one,
Yes.
and that's now traveling. Is it?
She's in Europe right now
right now.
doing 9-night Mediterranean.
Okay.
And she's round trip out of Rome. Beautiful, beautiful ship. And I know you thought Edge, and she is amazing.
I think
And
so.
Beyond is Edge 2.0. It's just incredible.
Okay, Jeff, we're gonna have to go there now.
And we have 2 more Beyond style ships coming.
Oh my goodness.
We have Edge and Apex, which are true identical sister ships
Right.
and incredible. And then we have Beyond, which is considered an Edge class, but I'd consider it Edge Plus.
Okay.
It's larger and it has some new bells and whistles. And then we'll have 2 sister ships to Beyond as well.
When's that gonna happen?
Well, Ascend is coming out next year, and the 3rd sister ship yet to be named comes out in 2024.
Is that the one
Amazing.
that's the size of New York?
No, even Beyond, which is our largest ship, is a 130,000 tons. Edge is, or excuse me, 140,000 tons. Edge and Apex are 130. So
they're
Beyond's just a
smaller.
little larger, 140,000 tons, one deck higher. But what's really unique, Edge actually has a two-story retreat area,
Magic carpet.
the magic carpet that goes up and down,
And you're dining at the little bar, you can drink there and just go relaxing. Unbelievable. Yeah.
sushi on 5,
Steakhouse. Yeah.
just incredible.
It was really good.
And
So,
Edge and Apex have that feature as well.
right. Well, you and Marlis are always talking a lot. A lot of times I'm talking to Marlis. She goes, wait, Jeff's on the phone. So I always barge in there.
Yes.
But is there any last minute words, any last minute things you want to talk about?
I would say I hope that they'll join us on our cruise November 12th on the Solstice round trip out of San Pedro. Remember, we've got group pricing, incredible group pricing that's all included of all those 3 amenities. Plus, we've got the BOGO sale right now, 60% off the second guest, plus up to $300 off on the air, and up to a $200 onboard credit. Those last 3 things, the onboard credit, the discount on the air, and 60% off the second guest, does end on July the 6th. So you want to book by July 6th.
Now, you also, the other thing, we have a little time. He's not calling in
Have a
yet.
few minutes.
Yeah. In terms of if you're a single person.
Oh,
now,
that's
in
right.
The,
right.
I forgot
in the
all about
past,
that.
I always thought if you're a single person, you got to pay sometimes
huge.
1.5 to 2 times. You know, it's double occupancy. Now you can. Let's talk about that real quick.
Oh gosh, that's huge.
Thank you for the reminder,
Thank
Alan.
you.
that
Gosh,
thrilled me.
that's brand new, and that is never in all of our time being in the industry have we ever seen. This is the time now to book a cruise. I'm
Yes.
telling you.
Your solo travelers, there's never been a better time. Normally in the cruise industry, including Celebrity, a single supplement is normally, Alan, 200%. You're
200%.
paying for both beds because the pricing is based on 2 in a room. So if there's going to be 1 in the room, someone's got to pay for that empty bed normally. And on a rare occasion, prior to this new offer, occasionally you might find
Occasionally.
175% single supplement. But right now we're offering no single supplement.
That's
0.
amazing. 0.
You pay 1 fare. You pay just the cruise rate once, nothing more, and you get the stateroom to yourself. They can convert those 2 twins into a queen size bed, have the room, 248 square foot luxury stateroom with a veranda, queen size bed, all to yourself for not a penny more.
And if you want to meet people, you'll meet people there.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
yes, you're never alone on a cruise.
No.
I mean, I say that all the time to customers. It's you know.
And
you
real
can-
quickly, we are also throwing in a compliment. Speaking of the specialty dining,
Oh, yes, we
we're
forgot
getting
about
now.
that
This
too.
does
I'm
not end
forgetting
July
everything.
6th. If you join Marlis and Allan on this incredible cruise to the Mexican Riviera, you're going to enjoy a complimentary night of specialty dining for 2. And that's a $100 value. Now, it's going to be in the form of an onboard credit. I would encourage you to spend it for a night of specialty dining. You're going to remember that and talk about it like
Pizza,
Allan
yeah.
has for years to come. But you could spend that $100 onboard credit in the spa, the gift shops, or specialty dining. So you get that extra $100 onboard credit for joining our
Did
special
you say you were
group
giving
departure.
that to us if they booked by a certain date? Did you say?
Well, if they book your cruise within the next 30 days,
Okay.
Wow.
they join your cruise within the next 30
I thought I
days, they
heard
get that
you say
extra
that.
onboard credit.
It's a good
But remember,
incentive,
if they book
everybody.
by July 6th, they get the 4th of July sale, they get the BOGO offer, they get the specialty dining, the group pricing. So really book by July 6th.
And you get Alan and Izzy, and you get
Yes.
a great
I
ship.
can scare 'em off a
and
little bit,
you
but-
just
No.
I promise I won't eat all your food. So, children. One thing I liked about it too, you have a great program for children, and some ships, the kids are run wild and everything. Not on yours.
No.
First of all, the kids want to be there. They have more fun. When I got divorced, I thought it'd be the first one. I thought it'd be great to bring my kids and daddy, and I never saw my kids for a whole week. They were
Yes.
just eating together. That was it. They had friends.
Yes.
So
That's true. We have to negotiate with Braden, at least we had in the past, to get him out of the kids club, the Fun Factory.
they're fun.
Because they have such a great time. So what Celebrity does, we're family friendly, but not family focused like
Right.
some other lines. Even our sister brand in Disney, not family focused. You're not going to be on board with hundreds of other kids, of others' kids. You're going to be on board with maybe 50 kids, possibly. And those kids that are on board are going to be plugged in and engaged into their own clubs, their own activities. We have 5 programs: from 3 to 5, from 5 to 9,
teens.
from 10 to 13, I think, or 12 and 13 to 17. So 4 different programs it is, 4 different age-appropriate activities and clubs, group babysitting at night for the younger kids for a very modest charge, in stateroom personal babysitting if you'd like. My wife and I did that many years ago when our kids were very little, hired a sitter, and for her 42nd birthday, we won't say how many years ago that was, we went out to Murano on a Panama Canal cruise and had a night out, just my wife and I, and hired a babysitter to come to the room. So all those options are available on Celebrity.
The other thing too, and we're going to end it pretty soon, you know, that old saying, you pay for what you get. I mean, that's so true. And as you get older, you really see that. And, you know, Carnival has its place, and yeah, they're cheap, but you get what you get for it. I mean, that's where I had the worst food in my life, the worst time of a cruise, and I thought I'd never go on a cruise again. Unfortunately, I found.
Thank goodness you
I'm
did.
so glad you
we talk
tried
about
Celebrity, Alan.
Celebrity, because you really get spoiled, and it's not the high end, you know, like the Holland America and some of the bigger ones way out there, but the quality. I mean, it's not. It's spoiling. You really get pampered.
Well, with Celebrity, it's what we call new luxury.
New luxury.
New luxury.
So you talk celebrities. I don't.
Yes, yes. And Alan, you were so impressed on your cruise. You not only are you doing the group cruise November 12th, but you and Izzy booked at least another cruise.
For next
That's
one,
right.
next year. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, and Celebrity's the only one I'm going to go with.
And he's going back on Celebrity.
Yeah, no, and again, if a food critic likes it, you're going to like it. So
Yes.
I think so. One more time, Marla, let's give you your phone number real quick.
909-798-9133.
It's called Connection to Cruise.
It's called Connection to Cruise. If you get the voicemail, please leave a message, and we will call you back.
Or you can text me or find me on Facebook.
Yep.
Either way. So,
And
folks, I really appreciate it. Jeff, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining us.
Alan.
Martis, thank you as always.
thank you.
We appreciate